Hello. Welcome back again to my channel. I am Nikki the Great coming at you with another message. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell so that you can be made aware of any new videos that we post. And today we will be discussing the Python Spirit, which is also known as the Anaconda Spirit. And we are going to be discussing what it looks like in somebody and what it might feel like if you believe that you are under the affliction of the python or the anaconda spirit. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing that it does is it squeezes the life out of you, just like in the animal kingdom, the python spirit. It hides in a form of depression. Okay, and so what it does is it kind of puts a box over the head of the victim so that you can't experience happiness, you can't experience joy. So you just kind of have this feeling of, man, something is wrong. I just don't feel right. And if you are in that place of, I just don't feel right, there's nothing really going on. There's nothing really happened that contributed to you in that feeling in these moments. It could possibly be that you are under the influence of the python spirit. Okay. Another thing about it is, again, it hides itself in depression. So what it does is it makes you feel bad about yourself, bad about your life, and it also whispers negativity into your ear. It tells you that you're not good enough. It'll tell you that nobody likes you, and so what it does, it kind of forces you into your own solitude. Okay, it makes you believe that nobody around you loves you or cares about you, and that's the nature of the beast. What it does is it wants to isolate you so that it can invite its friend. And you're probably asking yourself, oh, who is the friend? What is the friend of the python spirit? It's the spirit of torment. What it does is it squeezes the life out of you. It gets you in a depressive state of mind. And it tells you that people don't love you, people don't care about you, and that it makes you feel like you are in this game alone, for you to be secluded, be in your own solitude, so that it can continue telling you of how much value that you don't have and how much people around you don't care about you. Okay. And that is a very, very dangerous place to be, because in that place, this nasty thing called suicide can be manifested. Okay. And with these things that I'm sharing with you, we are Bible based, we are Christian, God fearing, Christ centered, gospel chasing believers, and we strongly believe in the power of God. We strongly believe in His goodness, in His mercy, as well as His healing powers. And we also encourage ourselves to rebuke these spirits, to rebuke the demonic, to rebuke the makers of darkness and the principalities that we're fighting against. Okay. The next thing is this spirit hides itself in mental health. Okay, it hides itself in mental health. So if you are under this spirit and you know that you need some help, so you go and you seek, I'm not going to say in all cases, okay, we'll say in some cases, you go and you seek professional help, which is totally understandable, and they associate with your signs and symptoms with a diagnosis, and they go ahead and start treating the diagnosis that's been given to you, and you are under treatment for the diagnosis that they've given to you. What is failed to be realized is that it's actually a spirit that is on you. Okay. And so in order for us to go up against principalities and to go up against spiritual warfare, we can't do that in the flesh. We have to fight the spirit with the spirit. So you're probably also asking me, well, how can I fight an evil spirit in the spirit? That doesn't make any sense. We fight it using the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit. Okay. And with this, I encourage in all my videos to develop an awesome, close relationship with God. I cannot beat that enough, because when you have an established relationship with God, what that does is it puts you under the ark of safety. It puts you in a safe place where it protects you from evil spirits. But not only that, you have to be able to close the door to these spirits getting in. Okay, which is going to lead us into the next thing. Is this spirit is highly contagious. All right. It's highly contagious. And when I tell you it's highly contagious, I mean that, let's say that you are under under the ruling of the Spirit, and you call up somebody else, or you're telling somebody in person about what you're experiencing and what you're feeling, what happens with that, and I hate to say this, is that you're kind of giving a little bit of that spirit to the receiver of who you're sharing it with. That sounds so bad and so terrible. Let me go ahead and give you an example. This was a long time ago. I had a friend, and she refused to believe about this whole spiritual thing and spiritual warfare and spiritual attack, no matter what I would say to her. Okay. And I strongly believe, was under the python Anaconda Spirit. And I noticed that every single time I would talk to her, or she would just kind of gurgitate all her issues, all her problems, all her feelings and emotions onto me, I found myself receiving that, absorbing it, and then feeling the same way she would feel. And that would happen constantly. And so when I was talking to somebody else about, man, I'm really feeling this way, I don't know where it's coming from. And the person, he asked me, he's like, well, who have you been talking to? And I told him who I was talking to. He's like, you're starting to sound like her. Go ahead and limit your communication with this individual, because what it's doing is it's when that person is vomiting that spiritual negativity and you're listening to it, it manifests into your chest. It manifests into your mind. So I'm encouraging you that if you have someone that you know that that is negative and that exhibits this, pray for them in the Spirit. Pray for them in your private time with the Lord, and also pray for I forgot what it's called, but it's a term that's referred to. I was talking to my prayer partner about this earlier this morning. And what it is it's the ability to give a listening ear, but to not absorb the negativity. And that's something that we should all strive to do when we're listening, or we're being that listening ear, and we're dealing with people, because these principalities are a lot more common than you choose to believe. Okay. And that's probably a reason why you clicked on this video. I'm getting a little bit off subject here, is that we have to be aware of it, because when we're aware of it, we can educate ourselves and we know how to act accordingly. Okay. And that's what we're encouraging, is for us to be aware of it, how to deal with it, and how to grow the power that God has placed within us against these principalities, against these evil spirits. Okay. Again, I am Nikki the Great. Thank you so much for joining me again. And together we are growing, sharing, and thriving.